Mate, my whole hand is your fault.
Mate.
Hello and welcome to the Undercut. And I don't know. What is this podcast?
Don't know. That's why you organised this podcast.
No, I've organised nothing.
What? You came in here today. You came to the studio today and said, "I have organised a podcast. I'm going to surprise you." And I go, "Okay."
When have I ever organised anything?
No, I shouldn't have trusted you.
No, you don't trust me.
I should have organised something.
And
on
by
the spot.
organise, I feel like we're going for something different today.
So you have organised something.
No.
Okay. This is going to be great.
We're winging it.
Okay.
We're winging it because that's how I get through life.
Okay. We're winging it. This is what happens in the off season.
Because
got nothing to talk about.
Because
whatsoever.
I feel like we've forced topics
right
a little bit sometimes.
Okay.
On podcasts. So on this one, what we're gonna do, we're gonna just dial it back a bit.
Okay.
We're not gonna have a topic.
So we can't tell you what this podcast is about. If you want to know, we can't tell you.
No, they gotta watch.
Okay.
So
what a great way to tell the audience what we're going to be talking about.
Well, what? This is what we're gonna do.
Right.
We're just gonna go over this week.
Okay.
F1 this week. What's gone on this week?
F1 this week.
What's coming up?
Yep.
What we're excited for.
Okay.
And just go with the flow.
Sounds buzzing. Let's do it.
Enjoyment.
Then.
My first topic of conversation.
Okay.
Is Christian Horner.
Yeah, man.
That's my first topic of conversation.
We've got to be very sensitive.
No.
To this subject. No, we do for the victim's sake. Because we don't know the full extent of what's happened.
No one knows the full extent of what's happened yet.
But obviously, where there's an allegation, there is a potential crime. There's a potential guilt. So we have to be very sensitive. And we have to mention that when we talk about this, we are pretty much 100% of the time talking about the ramifications for the sport. And we do not mean any harm to anyone involved. But yeah, Christian Horner.
Here we go. We've done a disclaimer.
It's sensitive, but it's huge for the sport. It's huge.
It's a fucked up situation.
It is it is a fucked up situation. It's very, very fucked up. Yeah.
And well, start off. The allegations are of a sexual nature with a female co-worker.
Yeah.
In messages.
Yeah, messages.
Which he's denying point blank at all times.
He's denying them. I mean, the thing is, when you put in a compromisable situation where Red Bull have told him to resign, you're gonna deny him, aren't you?
Well, they gave him a way out at the end of last year. They told him at the end of last year, this is what's coming out. Leave, resign, and we'll make a story up. That's what they've told him.
That's, by the way, we want to confirm that's what insiders have said. Those are not exact words because we don't know the full extent of the situation. We have to bear this in mind because this is going to court. So this is very serious. This is very serious things we're talking about. You can't pinpoint anything. You can't say anything for definite because then you're eligible for
everything that is about to be said is based off rumours and reports that
insider
have come
reports.
Out.
Yeah. And if anyone wants,
and if
we
you
can
what we've said,
provide the rumours and the reports.
You can Google it yourself, and what we've said is something that has come out via someone,
via an insider.
Yeah,
it's all over Instagram.
Quite literally, all over Dutch news, everything.
Dutch news were the ones that broke it.
Yeah.
Was it the Dutch Telegraph or was it something along those lines?
Something like that. I think it was Jos Verstappen.
Was it Jos Verstappen?
He spoke with him, and the Horner and Jos Verstappen. It's a bit touchy at the moment, but yes, allegations have been made. Horner has reportedly been given a way out by Red Bull. He rejected a review and investigation has been launched by Red Bull into this matter. Horner is point blank denying everything and wants to get on with the season, but this could be a large shadow cast over Red Bull's season for quite a few weeks or months.
One of the rumours that I do want to tackle, I think, in the interest of the sport, is the rumour that if Christian Horner does leave, there's a clause in Adrian Newey's contract that he can leave.
That is a big rumour.
Because if that is true, I think Ferrari are going to be straight there with a contract.
I don't see why not.
I think they've got Lewis. They're going in for potentially Mercedes people. Why not going for Adrian Newey? Why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ferrari could do a madness.
Then Ferrari could do a madness. And bear in mind, let's not forget as well, Adrian Newey was big for McLaren before he joined Red Bull.
Yeah.
So, he will have worked for 3 of the biggest teams in F1 history by that point. In sort of the modern era. I mean, say modern era, he's been at Red Bull since how long now? So many years.
Quite a while.
I say modern era as if he didn't join in like 2005 or something. But yeah, no, he's been a big part of Red Bull. But if he leaves, he could go to someone like Ferrari, which is scary because then Ferrari are now being Lewis Hamilton and Adrian Newey, which is scary.
It is quite scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously Ford have also released a statement which we know will be in partnership with Red Bull 2026.
They have.
Which there seems to be some underlying... They're very cryptic about what they're saying.
I didn't get cryptic from it. I got passive aggressiveness. No, that's the wrong word.
That is a majorly wrong word.
No, not passive. I mean, like,
there's something brewing.
You can tell that it was very much. It was firm. That's the word I'm going to put it. Like, they didn't say anything outright, but they kind of said there was. If you read between the lines,
there's something there.
Yeah, if you read between the lines, it was, "This is bad. Our brand should not be affiliated with this. Do something about it."
It could spell a lot of trouble for Red Bull come 2026.
Yeah. And like I said, it's a sensitive topic, so obviously you never know what's going to happen. But yeah, obviously for everyone involved, it's a very tricky situation. And I think Red Bull are going to be, potentially, if Horner does end up getting suspended or resigns, whatever he does, it's going to be big.
Could be a blot on this season for him, couldn't it, with all this?
I don't think it'll affect this season too much because I think they've got the car nailed down, they've got the plan and the upgrades nailed down, and the teams generally they generally know which direction they're going in. But I think come the 2026 regs, I think it could heavily impact them.
Well, speaking of this year and coming up, we'll move away from Horner a bit now, and we'll go on to our thoughts on pre-testing. Testing is coming up, isn't it, in a few days' time?
It is.
Few days' time? Well, by the time this comes out, it'll be in 2 days.
Yeah.
First testing will be done in 2 days.
Mm.
And so what are you looking forward to in testing?
Seeing... It's really weird because usually when it comes to F1 testing, I'm usually more like, we get to see the cars drive, like, it's going to be so good. But since we've kind of started this podcast, I'm more like, I don't know, kind of looking for the technical side of it.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed that when we've done these discussions, we're more talking about the technical stuff. And it's kind of made me think, I don't know, I'm excited to see which car's philosophy, obviously a lot of cars have changed their philosophies this year, Red Bull and Mercedes being 2 big ones, how they differ from one another. They've gone in opposite directions, and that's what interests me the most.
One's got push rod suspension, one's got pull rod for starters as well.
And Mercedes are obviously now going down the route of the RB19.
Yeah.
RB20 is now adopted a very similar look to what Mercedes were going with for the W14. So it's like, what's going on? Red Bull have got the massive tubes on the side. The no side pods are coming in at some point. Like, it's mental.
It's different. I'm looking forward to, personally, what's going to happen with that Mercedes front wing. With its little, well, let's call it a grey area, potentially, with that front wing, with it being just that thin wire.
Mm.
It is classed as, I would say, a grey area potentially.
It's a DAS situation, isn't it?
It's something that isn't in the rule book, but probably could be.
Yeah. Well, James Allison's done this before.
DAS.
He did. He's good. James Allison, right? Adrian Newey, right? I got to point this out. Is obviously by far the GOAT of technical regulations.
God, yeah.
But James
Finding
Allison,
a loophole.
If you want to find a loophole in the rules, James Allison's your guy.
Imagine putting them two together.
Oh, mate. If they worked on a car together, it'd be absolutely shambolic for the rest of the field because they would be miles ahead of everyone else.
What's crazy is James Allison was at Ferrari.
When was
2013. He was at
Was
Ferrari.
he?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
He was at Ferrari in 2013. And what's crazy? Imagine Ferrari just said, fuck everyone. James, follow Lewis. Adrian, come with us.
Adrian, imagine
Ferrari 2026.
Imagine a team with Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Adrian Newey, James Allison, and like
that team's going up in flames.
Ross Brawn is the team principal.
Ross Brawn.
It's like building Ultimate Team.
Ross Brawn. Is Ross Brawn your go team principal?
I can't say Christian Horner after the allegations, so yes.
I wouldn't have said Christian Horner anyway.
No, Christian Horner's in the conversation.
I think Christian Horner's a good team principal. Like, as a team principal, I like the guy. As a guy, I don't like the guy.
Yeah. I think Ross Brawn slightly pips as my GOAT because
I agree.
He did it at two teams.
Yeah.
Christian Horner's done it at one team. Ross Brawn did it at Ferrari and Brawn, and then obviously Christian Horner. What he's done to Red Bull, Christian Horner's made two revelations at Red Bull, which is impressive because two different technical regulations, and he's made both of them
very impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. But Ross Brawn did it with two different teams, which I think arguably is probably more significant. But either way, that if you want a loophole in the technical regulations, James Allison's your guy.
Yeah,
he is, because what he did with DAS was amazing. And what I find is so funny is that the FIA can't go, no, you can't do that because it's not
there.
In the rules.
It's not there, but it could get added as we saw DAS did.
Yeah, but they can't ban it for this season.
No, it can't be banned for this season.
It'll have to be next season.
Unless there's something that already in the rule book where it's a dark grey.
Dark grey area, yeah.
It is verging on, you've gone out of the grey area.
It's not black. It's not the black area.
Yeah.
But it's the dark grey area. It's getting close to, that's illegal.
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble. It's a very dark
but
grey.
If two teams are used to illegal cars, it's Red Bull and Ferrari. Just saying. They're used to it. They know where it's coming from there as well. And Aston Martin for that. That's 3.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Red Bull's car was never illegal. They just went over the cost cap.
Which is illegal. It's breaking the rules.
Yeah, but the car wasn't illegal. Ferrari's car was illegal.
Yeah, but the car was illegal because it went over the budget, which is breaking the rules.
No, but it wasn't like the car itself was within the technical regulations,
just not in the budget.
No, but that's different. It doesn't mean the car was illegal.
Yeah, but yes, it does, because if your upgrades are going over budget, why are you allowed to bring that upgrade?
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is the upgrades, regardless of the budget, were still within the technical regulations.
That was put onto the car.
Yeah,
the upgrades were in the technical regulations.
There you go then.
But they weren't allowed to bring it in because it was over budget.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
And it's bullshit as well, Christian Horner, saying that it was done on bringing food.
Hold on, why is this a debate? Why is this a debate? You're talking about illegal cars. It wasn't an illegal car. Red Bull just did something illegal. Yeah. It was Red Bull did something illegal. So period.
It was illegal.
Yeah, but it wasn't an illegal car. The car was legal. The car was within the regulations.
The car was legal, but right.
The racing point.
Okay, we get it.
The racing point, however.
No, the racing point was fine.
Wait, well, no, they had the pink Mercedes. Yeah, but... It was very much tipping on the edge of. It's probably what V-Carb's going to be this year.
Yeah, but the thing is,
tipping on the edge.
Racing point was tipping on the edge. There's a strict financial rule book that Red Bull did not adhere to. Flat out, done, finished. Yeah, and point blank, they didn't adhere to the rules of the finances, which gave them more upgrade. Well, not more upgrades, but You could say stretch the car to being upgraded, which you could argue gave Max the opportunity to win the championship and gave him a step ahead into 2022, which we've seen now. They're miles clear. Flat out illegal. Done. Finished. You can't argue.
They just did something illegal.
You can't argue with it. And
you just wanted an opportunity to talk about... This was never about illegal cars. You just wanted to shit on Red Bull.
Yeah.
Right, let's
No, and Ferrari, because that engine, it was illegal.
Jokes, wasn't it?
Honestly.
They were like, oh,
it's like they didn't even try and hide it.
No, they didn't.
There's that what, like, 1 week, they're nowhere. Next week, their engine's like insane.
I guarantee, given modern day Ferrari, they I bet they even didn't know it was illegal.
Oh, probably not.
That's so funny.
Yeah, the FIA just said,
poor Ferrari.
Your engine is illegal. We're checking.
Yeah. Oh, look at us. We're Drive to Survive fans. We got so many comments saying we're Drive to Survive fans.
I am a Drive to Survive fan, though.
I
quite
People said I'm a DTS fan. I don't even watch it.
I quite enjoy it, DTS.
I haven't seen it since season 3. Now season 6 or something.
I enjoy it.
No,
I do.
Butters.
I quite enjoy looking at.
I hate it.
Obviously, I'm a Formula 1 fan, but I do enjoy watching it. It gives me a laugh sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, move on. Pre-season. 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 Testing. There's a lot to look forward to this year, I feel. Obviously, Mercedes front wing, Red Bull, new concepts coming.
Yeah.
Ferrari, always looking promising, apart from breaking down 24 hours after the reveal.
Mate, Ferrari the only team that can make a car look really, really quick, only to just fumble it.
Is it just me that Ferrari look like they break down every time that they reveal a new car?
Yeah, probably.
Comes out a lot. McLaren, looking menacing, feeling quite confident. Looking at Lando and Oscar.
I'm confident at McLaren this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lando will finish second in the championship off predictions video.
Their car's very RB19.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
they're very.
They've adopted. What I think is interesting though is, as much as a lot of the teams have gone in the same direction as the RB19, I saw a comparison between the Ferrari and the Red Bull this year.
Yeah,
Ferrari's very different.
Ferrari
very much their own
went
philosophy.
with their own philosophy in 2022, and they've kept with it, which you got to give credit to.
Yeah, respectable that, because they firmly believe that they can extract performance from that car and get it right. And they weren't too far away, were they?
They're not far off. I mean, we saw towards the end of last year, especially Vegas, Charles.
Yeah.
He was on the pace.
Yeah, no.
But I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, that midfield bunch could look quite interesting, I feel. I think V-Carb could look good. Williams, potentially.
I think V-Carb are going to be best of the rest for a while.
Aston Martin. I think it could be an interesting battle between V-Carb and Aston Martin this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe Alpine. I feel like
so
every year you go in with expectations for Alpine to do decent, and they just don't.
No, I disagree. I've always, the last few years, I've gone in with the expectations of them coming bottom.
I don't know. I've always gone with the expectation of they'll be at 5th.
It's because technically they're a works team, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're technically Renault. They're not. Alpine's just a cover up branding, innit? Because they want to promote Alpine cars. But they're technically Renault, right? So they are a works team. So the expectation is that they're up there with Ferrari, Mercedes, right? Because they're a works team. But it's like, and never do they ever. Don't know. It's like they're never good.
Yeah, I don't know.
They fight no one.
Although that Renault engine when they were Renault was bad. The reliability on it.
Well, it was for so many years, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Butters. But no. So here's another. I have a question for you as well.
Yeah.
So obviously, can't ever look too much into testing.
No, never.
Never.
As we have established with Mercedes over so many times of sandbagging.
Especially Ferrari 2019 when they looked miles clear of Mercedes with Seb Vettel, and everyone thought this is the year, and then
Lewis turned up in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can never look too much into it, but what is your predictions? Where do you think we are going to see the cars sort of performance wise. Now that we've seen the cars in person, we've seen the what they've done technically. Obviously, Red Bull have gone very different. Mercedes have gone very different. Ferraris and Evolution. McLaren look similar to the RB20. What is your RB19? Sorry. What is your predictions performance wise of the cars?
I don't know, because it's going to be quite different, because obviously there's certain new things on each car this year. Like Ferrari have adopted a little bit different in the rear end suspension and that as well.
Yep.
Obviously Mercedes gone for a whole new concept. McLaren going full on, continuing their upgrades from last year into the RB19 concept.
Can we, by the way, point out as well, McLaren, that wind tunnel upgrade that they had?
Yeah.
I think that's gonna do them wonders.
Yeah. Obviously, teams are coming out now. Ferrari and Mercedes both come out that their new things are responding well in wind tunnel. But I think testing is going to be weird, because you can't go in with the expectation. I'm going to use Mercedes as an example. You can't go in expectation Mercedes are going to be top of the timesheets or near top of the timesheets. They might have a car there, but they'll be doing that much testing because they've got such a new concept. You're going to be seeing them mid-table. And that's not their outright pace. They just got to test new parts because they've got so many. So that new concept.
Where do you think we'll generally see cars performance-wise then in testing?
I don't think we're going to see anyone's performance.
No, I'm just talking generally. Like
generally,
come the end of testing, where do you think we'll place in the cars?
I
only ask because some of the cars are very different, and it's almost like a open ballpark. No one knows.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to give you an answer here. I think that I would say you're going to see an order potentially of... This isn't an order come to Bahrain. This order's going to completely change. But come to the end of testing, by the programs each of them do, I think we'll see an order Red Bull, McLaren, Aston Martin up there, Ferrari and Mercedes, and Williams I want to put in the middle.
All right.
And then I'd go Stake and Haas towards at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then the other two.
V-Carb and Alpine.
Yeah, are going to be... No, I think could be there with the Williams. I think that Williams and then Ferrari and Mercedes in their own gap. Do you know what I mean? Because they'll be testing too much, I feel.
Yeah.
Because I feel like certain teams... I don't think we'll see... You know how you see usually day 3, a bit more pace put into the cars.
Yeah. I
don't think we'll see that this year, with the amount of new concepts, the new bits, the new.
You think they're gonna have to test a little bit longer?
I think.
Do you reckon even practice 1 and 2 in Bahrain could be an extent of testing?
Practice 1 for sure. Practice 2 could be a bit more of we'll see a car's actual pace, because that's when night running is, and that's the qualifying time and the race time are. So practice 2 is going to... Bahrain practice 2 you would want to tune in for, because I think that's when we'll start seeing the cars more potential extracted from them.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Testing, we've all got to take with a pinch of salt this year.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. For me, I think testing's going to be interesting, because I think... Here's my one prediction for testing. I think everyone is going to overhype V-Carb, because you know what I think is going to happen? Because the V-Carb is going to be very similar to the RB19. I reckon because they've got a lot of data on that car already, because it ran the whole season last year.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be quick out the blocks. And I think it's going to be up there at the top. I think it will be. I think Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda will be putting that car towards the top of the timesheets. And then I think everyone's going to be like, oh my God, they're amazing. Daniel Ricciardo to win the championship.
You could look at that in that way. But I don't know.
I don't think they... Come the Bahrain Grand Prix, they won't be.
Red Bull are usually cunning, and obviously they're a Red Bull 2.0 for this year coming up. And I don't know, if they are cunning, I don't think you're going to see any pace extracted from them, and they're just going to blitz it at Bahrain. That's potentially what could happen.
I don't know.
I don't think we're going to see anyone's. I think we could see McLaren top of testing. I think we could see Aston Martin very up there. Because for me, Aston Martin last year... Now, last year, obviously, they were top of testing.
Oh yeah,
right
they were up there. They were up there with Red Bull.
But I think that they were extracting more in testing than Red Bull and everyone else was.
You reckon?
Anyway, out the blocks, and I think that's just the way Aston Martin do it. I think they go day 1, they won't. Day 2, 3, I think that they tend to extract more than the other cars do.
I've got a bad feeling about Aston Martin this year. I don't know
why. It depends on the
team's
setup, sessions, what they want to do, doesn't it? You can never really gauge anything with testing.
No.
But we will be doing a review on each day, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, coming out.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, we will. We'll be there. Not actually there in Bahrain. That'd be fun, but we won't.
That would be sick. Get us up there so we can.
Yeah, I mean, just subscribe and so we can go to Bahrain.
Yeah, then we'll be actually there.
But it's interesting, isn't it? So yeah, testing. It's right around the corner. It's.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Just need to get back into it now.
Any F1 stuff.
Yeah.
It's been a long while.
It has, and we've been struggling.
We've been struggling for content for so long, you don't even understand.
But it's coming now.
It's coming, come on!
It's going to be coming thick and fast.
The Bahrain, that's what she said. The Bahrain Grand Prix is right around the corner. And, yeah.
Can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait. Literally, 2 weeks.
It's going to be good.
2 weeks, and it'll be our first live stream.
It will be, actually.
So, don't miss it.
I can already tell we've run out of things to talk about. What are we...
Yeah, but have we, though?
I don't know.
Because... we're rounding up the week.
Okay, what else happened this week?
We've sold all the cars.
Oh,
Horner.
There's one thing, right?
Instead
Right.
of going, tell me.
We're returning back to the discussion about Mercedes and their 2025.
I feel like there's been a lot of discussions since that Mercedes car's come out everywhere. Everyone's intrigued by this Mercedes this year.
I'm talking about the replacement for Lewis Hamilton. Obviously, a lot of rumours this week. Kimi Antonelli. What are you thinking? Obviously, by the way, he's gone straight from F4 to F2 this season. He hasn't even driven an F2 car this season yet. Like, properly. Like, he hasn't raced an F2 car this season. But he's not even driven in Formula 3. People are hyping him. He hasn't even competed in the championship for F2 yet. And people are saying he's going to be in Mercedes in 2025. That's crazy.
Toto rates him. Toto rates him a lot.
He does, yeah, he does rate him.
Toto does rate him a lot. I don't know. Mercedes have got a tough choice to make. Do you go with Antonelli with this little experience that he has? Do you go with Fernando for a year? But you kind of want someone in ready for 2026 who's already got a year under their belt. Because Fernando's a gamble.
Fernando's a big gamble. Plus, I reckon you can. Do you go with
someone who's established in F1 but not in the team and don't understand and could flop?
Carlos Sainz.
I
don't reckon. I think he's a safe choice, though, isn't he?
Albon, Daniel Ricciardo. You know, it's a tough choice for Mercedes. It depends what they want to do with George. If they back George to be the full-on number one, you go with Antonelli.
100%, yeah.
If you don't back George to be fully number one, you go with a Fernando, a Carlos, a Ricciardo, a Gasly.
Toto did say, though, it's time for Mercedes to do something bold.
It's Antonelli.
Which, obviously, they've got a whole year to make a decision so they can see how Antonelli performs. But if they do want to lock in Fernando, they're going to have to do it fast.
Got to do it by summer.
They've got to do it by summer. Whereas if they're confident on Antonelli, they can wait till November, December, can't they?
There's only two. Antonelli or Fernando. I think it's just between them two now.
Those are your top picks after this
between
week.
them two.
After everything that's come out. The thing is with Antonelli is, it very much reminds me of Lewis Hamilton coming to McLaren 2007, where it's a rookie going straight to a top team.
Yeah.
It's not... Because usually, especially in recent years, I know obviously...
we've got to see how he does in F2 as well.
Well, we do, but in recent years, it's been a bit different. Obviously, back then, rookies went to top teams more often than they do now. But nowadays, it's more like, oh yeah, he's a part of a young driver program, and then they go to a team that has links with the top team. So obviously Mercedes drivers often go to Williams.
Yeah.
Ferrari drivers often go to Alfa Romeo or Haas, and then obviously Red Bull drivers go to Toro Rosso, AlphaTauri, VCarb, whatever it is, and McLaren drivers, don't know, they should go to McLaren. But
yeah.
But it's kind of that principle, and they kind of move up. They show their worth. If they show their worth, they go to the top team. Obviously, some drivers don't make it, like Mick Schumacher didn't make it at Ferrari.
Yeah,
Antonio Giovinazzi didn't make it at Ferrari.
Are we discounting Mick completely from that Mercedes seat? I don't think we can.
I don't think you can completely, but I think he's not. He's nowhere near the most likely.
No, he's not most likely, but I think I would put him behind Fernando and Antonelli as a third choice.
No.
I would.
I think Carlos gets in over him. But going back to what I was saying, though, it very much so, of recent years, we saw George Russell come through at Williams to go to Mercedes. It's like Kimi Antonelli will be the first driver in a very long time that goes straight to a top team out the blocks.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting. Reminds me a lot of Hamilton to McLaren in 2007. So if they believe he's that good,
yeah,
why not?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be an interesting full year, I think, because there's a lot of drivers. Only 6 of them are signed in for 2025 so far?
Yeah, it's going to be such a massive silly season.
So that's going to be fun.
We say that, it's already been a massive silly season, and we haven't even started the season.
It's going off. I mean, big question for you now, and you personally.
Me personally.
Yeah. We gonna watch testing.
Yeah.
Will you, Lewis?
Yes.
Be able to tell what car's what? Because I know you struggle sometimes.
Yes, I will.
Are you sure?
Okay. To be fair, when that clip came out,
if you're not sure about where that's come from, go onto our Instagram and watch some of our reels. He's made a fool of himself.
So I ranted about the Alpine. I was more mad about the Alpine, right? So it was mainly just about the Alpine, because the Alpine is, I still stand by that opinion, it's such a shitty livery. It is. What? It's just black.
You're ranting again.
Right. Anyway, besides, right. When we recorded that, obviously it only went out yesterday. When we recorded that, the Ferrari
wasn't out.
The Red Bull wasn't out. The Mercedes wasn't out.
There is context.
So everyone in the comments were literally like, Red Bull and Ferrari have left the chat. We didn't see the cars yet. People were worrying that there was going to be a black Ferrari.
Calm down.
Sorry. But this is what I mean. It's alright. Don't worry about it.
I feel like I've started you off again.
Sorry. I'm not a DTS fan, quite literally. I don't like DTS. Oh, I don't like DTS. I only like F1. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, no. I'm very passionate about the Alpine. And I will be consistent throughout the year. I will shit on it. I will literally shit on it. I won't do that.
Don't do that. The Williams already looks like it's got shit on with the top brown spot.
It does. People love it.
No, I don't.
I don't like it either. It's a good marketing thing. I just think it looks stupid.
Yeah, so that's effectively what this podcast is. Just a roundup, really.
Well, just a roundup before testing.
A roundup, see what's coming up for us.
I think
what's up for F1, and
you know what's crazy though? We've struggled for content this pre-season. Not just struggled, we've struggled just in general because sometimes there is not enough to talk about.
Or we've been behind schedule.
But this genuinely is probably this is probably the craziest pre-season we've ever had.
Yeah.
In a very long time.
Yeah, and it's got me more excited for this upcoming season than in a while, to be fair.
Yeah, it's going to be a good season.
Yeah, and I can't wait for it to kick off.
I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? We've covered all bases, I think, there.
You've got your news of this week.
I'm actually
got what's coming up this week.
Genuinely going to check just in case we've missed something.
We've got what's coming up this week, and
Toto.
Yeah.
Photo Wolf. Yeah, we've pretty much covered everything. Oh, actually, no, one more thing. Let's talk about this.
What is this?
Alex Albon apparently is first choice for Red Bull 2026. What do you think about that? Is that true? Is that false?
Maybe false.
Do you think so?
It'd be false because Red Bull 2026. They've got to decide 2025 first. Because, you can't read into any claims of drivers 2026 when they've not even signed for 2025 yet.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing to delve into there yet. It's up in the air as who's going where for next year. So we'll see. It's one of them that could be revisited probably at the end of the season.
Yeah, probably. And also it's 2026 is the new regs.
Yeah.
And obviously, Red Bull probably want to lock in a driver that they're confident will be in their prime years. Alex Albon, probably one of those.
Potentially.
They don't see Sergio Perez still being about. Is there a worry he retires, or do they think possibly go with fresh blood for the new regs? Possibly.
He's not good enough.
But what confuses me though is why they don't lock in someone like why they're not going for someone like Yuki Tsunoda. I can understand them not
yet.
Carlos
this
Sainz
could come out this year. Yuki Tsunoda.
Or Carlos Sainz even. Like if they want to get rid of Perez next year, Carlos Sainz is right there. You know what I mean? That's what confuses me. But
I'm looking through quite a few of our comments on Instagram.
No. Our comments on Instagram are the best thing ever. I love them.
We just get clowned.
Yeah, it's funny.
Hi, clowns.
You're all clowns. I'm joking. Subscribe, please.
No,
right. I think that's pretty much it for the podcast, isn't it? We've covered everything.
Pretty much. Make sure you subscribe, please.
Yep.
Like it, and go follow our Instagram and TikTok for our hot takes,
especially the Instagram, because that's where all the drama happens.
Yes.
Recently.
Anyway. We're also more updates on us. We will be doing what is it? Two videos a week at least. Just
different
form of content.
New videos. Not re-uploads of the podcast.
No, we're not recycling. We're gonna start doing some videos, tier lists.
Discussions,
debates. See what's what relevant in F1. Get them out.
They will be the same format as the podcast without the background. Without this setup, but same format as in discussion, but a little bit more editing, high quality, and just trying to put out
a bit
videos.
More fun.
Yeah, I mean, we get to talk about recent events as well, whereas when we record this podcast, it's kind of like...
We could be behind.
We've changed it now, so we record on Sunday, upload on Monday, but still, if something comes out on a Tuesday, we're not recording until Sunday.
But that's why we've put in
a
video on a... Is it Wednesday and Friday?
Wednesday and Friday. Yeah,
Wednesday and
Friday.
So, yeah. That could be... we should be alright with Wednesday and Friday. Bit of fun. Bit more engaging.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, subscribe, comment, give us your feedback.
We'll see you in a bit.